Hello, I am Sarah Millican and welcome to episode 30. Who knew we'd get this far? I did. I know how long the book is. Episode 30 of How to Be Champion Storytime. Sorry for any outside noise. There are people just busying themselves in their garden and who can blame them? As you remember, we were in the middle of the big breakfast story, which is pretty gripping, I don't mind telling you, even though I know how it ends. So I'll crack on with that if that's all right with you. The last thing I said in the last episode was that the TV company knew that this would be great on their show, but it was getting scary. We were in deep and the press attention wasn't letting up. We told the TV company that we wanted to come clean and tell everyone it was a hoax. They refused to help. So, as it was my camcorder we were using because they didn't have enough to go around, I withheld the tape. They went a bit mad. I withheld the tape. Then I gave them a list of all the journalists who were hounding us, names and numbers. I told the TV people to ring them all and tell them it was a hoax, that they'd been had. They did. I gave them the tape, specifically asking them to use the massive nose piece for audio only. The journalist from the Daily Mirror, upon hearing that it was a hoax, said he was going to turn us over. Kathy was 20 and I was 21, and before this we had done nothing wrong. Good luck, mate. Then the big breakfast popped up. More interested in the story now than before, they invited us on the show. We went down to London the night before and stayed in a hotel with a man at a piano in the bar. This was during Zoe Ball's stint, so according to Wikipedia, it was 1996. My first time on telly, my first time having my makeup done. Kathy was great at makeup. My only experience was wearing a lot of concealer during a tough week in senior school when a boil took over from my nose. Kathy got in the makeup chair. Obviously we were just the public, so we didn't get the kind of overhaul I would now. They put a little powder over the top of her gloriously made up face. The makeup artist came to me, took one look and shouted over her shoulder, "I'm going to need another 20 minutes. I think it's possible we were shunted down the running order as my face wasn't ready for telly. Or telly wasn't ready for my face. You know when you don't really like how you look and struggle a bit with it? And then you remember small moments like this must have contributed. Like when the first boy I kissed laughed. Or a week of having a boil for a nose. Yep, makes total sense. They painted so much makeup on, I couldn't properly smile. We were interviewed by Zoe Ball, who had very claggy legs due to the previous segment where they tried to wax them with homemade sugar syrup. She was lovely, is lovely. When I met her again on It Takes Two, Strictly's sister show, she pretended to remember me. That's how lovely she is. We came clean about hoodwinking the press, their word, good word though, yes. And with the nerves of a 21-year-old being on live telly for the first time, I sneaked out a small fart on the big breakfast couch. My first, and some would say best, claim to fame. It all died down. We won our episode. They showed my massive nose. Of course they did, they're telly people. And our prize was a camcorder. So Kathy's dad bought it off us and we split the money. Now, I've got low battery. Hold on. Just take that off there and we're back. When the TV show aired, the guest judges pulled us apart because the other videos we were required to do were rushed and so weren't great, forgetting the fact that we'd done the best of any contestants in the history of the show. They needed an All About Us video, and as we'd been hounded by the press the whole time, we hadn't got round to doing it. They filmed us at the fair on dodgems, eating candy floss and saying words they suggested like suave and debonair. Fuck knows why. The guest judges, when describing us, just said, "Oh, fat girls eat sugar." That's what they focused on. I've never liked Chumbawamba much anyway. At least one of them was a guest judge. Oh, and my favourite bit is that the Daily Mirror reporter used to play cricket with my dad. When he told us he was going to turn us over, my dad took great pleasure in telling him where to go because he was always shite at cricket anyway. And the How to Be Champion tip at the end of this chapter is hotels with men playing the piano are definitely posh. Don't give people a picture of your big nose if you don't want them to use it. Brush the back of your hair in case you end up on the front page of a newspaper. We can do a little bit of the next chapter, just a bit of time for that. This is chapter 10, Dates I Have Had. The one who gave me my first sexual experience. My first sexual experience was when I was 7 and Mark Robson shoved grass cuttings down the front of my homemade terry towel and boob tube. It stayed up with elastic because actual boobs didn't arrive for another 9 years. The one who went off in a huff. When I was 19, my friend came back from uni for her birthday party and brought some friends with her. One of them was very flirty and nice and funny. I responded accordingly. He suggested we go for a walk. We did, along the beach. It was lovely and I had flutterings in my chest. He stopped. We were at his B&B. I didn't want to have sex with him right then. He went off in a huff and just went into his accommodation. I had to walk back in the dark on my own. An early lesson, not all men are gentlemen. And always wear your shoes. Always wear shoes you can run in. And that is the end of episode 30. It's very exciting because episode 31 is going to be loads of pictures. Oh, I think I'm going to have to talk you through the photo bit in the middle. So let's do that in episode 31. In the meantime, look after yourselves, wash your fucking hands, take care of yourselves, stay in the house, and I will see you tomorrow. Lots of love. Bye-bye.
Hello, it's Sarah Millican here. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with all of my latest videos. Don't forget to like, pop a comment below, and why not stick around to watch a few more? I'm sure those emails or those dishes can wait a bit longer.